gonna drink our coffee. If you don't have a coffee, go get one or go make one. And we're gonna talk about some non-toxic self-care tips. The first thing we're gonna start with today is oral care. Everyone thinks you need to use really minty toothpaste and mouthwash, and you need to brush immediately after drinking coffee, which is not true. First thing that I really love that one of my best friends put me onto is a mishwash stick. It comes in this little package. Pretty sure it's a stick from Africa. It has something in it, it's like silica, I think, that mineral, you know what I'm trying to say. Helps to keep your teeth white. I don't know how, it just does. That is definitely maintaining the whiteness that I have because I drink coffee every single day, multiple times per day. And brushing your teeth after drinking coffee is actually really bad because when you eat, your saliva changes and the enamel is like a little bit softer on your teeth. So when you brush right after, you're actually like stripping the enamel. So you don't want to brush right after coffee. Wait at least 30 minutes. Something else that is amazing for your mouth is oil pulling with coconut oil. I use this brand, I'll put it right here. It's best to do it in the mornings because it can actually help clear out stuff in your gut. Obviously everything is connected, and so when you do it on an empty stomach, it is really great. Something that I see people doing is oil pulling like every single day. That's not good because your mouth does have a microbiome of its own and you don't want to kill off all of that bacteria. Something else that I really love is tongue scraping. I only do it at night. I don't really know when you're supposed to do it, but I feel like after I've like eaten all day, my tongue just needs a good like scrape. My tongue always feels so clean after. It is the best feeling in the world. Toothbrush just doesn't do the trick. That flame is so big, look at it. So when it comes to brushing, you don't want a toothpaste that's minty. I use Nanny Hydroxyapatite toothpaste. I'll put it right here. It has a little bit of mintiness to it. It doesn't make your mouth burn. When it comes to mouthwash, you want to get a mouthwash that does not have alcohol in it. You don't want any drying agents. And you also don't want your mouthwash to be super strong. Like Listerine is probably the worst thing you could be using. If something that leaves your mouth burning and feeling that minty, not good. I'll put the brand that I use right here. But moral of the story is you shouldn't be using things that burn. Natural stuff works amazing. And then if you're still having issues, your breath still isn't like tasting good or it's not where you want it to be, there's also mouth probiotics that basically just replenish your mouth. It's like gut probiotics. I'll put the ones that I use right here. I'm sure you're thinking, what about minty gum? Is that good? It depends what it's made of. You know when you chew mint gum and then your breath is like worse afterwards? That is not just you. Everyone has that experience. So something that is great for your teeth actually is xylitol gum or xylitol mints. This is the kind that I use. I really like it. I will say it doesn't last as long, but your breath's not gonna stink when you take it out. So I guess you give and you take. You don't get to chew it as long, but you're not gonna be in stink city when you take it out. And then something that I do that I wouldn't call it non-toxic because I don't really know what it's made of, but I do whiten my teeth once a month and I get them professionally whitened once a year. So that's something that really keeps my teeth like looking nice and clean and healthy. You need to be flossing. That's one of the most important things you can do. And if you're having blood come out when you floss, that's not good. You need to floss every single day consistently. My credentials are that I've never had a cavity. My teeth, pretty pristine. Something else that you can do is get a water pick. I feel like water picks are better than flossing because they really get in there, but I don't have one. I used to use one, but I just felt like flossing does the job for me, so whatever you want. Now we're gonna move on to skincare that is non-toxic. The amount of bad products I see as an esthetician, not bad as in like they don't work, but bad as in like what are you putting on your skin that's absorbing into your body every single day, is crazy. What healed my skin, and I'm sure some of you know this, is beef tallow. I struggled with acne for so long. I got off birth control and my acne just got so bad. It was down my neck and so painful, and I still have some scars, you can see. For day-to-day care, what I do to keep my skin looking healthy and glowy, I do rosehip oil, beef tallow layered on top of it. I actually switched over recently and I used medical grade products because I was like, okay, I haven't given them a shot in a while, let me see, just so I can have a valid opinion that's not skewed, because I do make my own beef tallow, so obviously my opinion is like, oh, I love it, but I wanted to have a real opinion, you know, and that confirmed that I do love my beef tallow. Not just because I make it, but because I actually love it. The medical grade products were drying me out so bad. I was breaking out. I was not happy, and I tried it for a month. So I actually gave it a real shot. We don't just have to talk about what we're putting on top of the skin. We can actually talk about from within what's gonna help your skin. So waking up in the morning and having coffee on an empty stomach is not going to help your skin. What I do is I tell a lot of my clients to drink some type of probiotic first thing in the morning. Your skin is gonna thank you because it's gonna replenish your gut bacteria, which reflects into your skin. Women's bodies react really well to heat, so I drink bone broth every morning. And then you also want to take your vitamins, obviously like the B12, and then omega-3s are super important. I tried to eat sardines the other day to get my omega-3s from food, like everyone on TikTok. Sardines are horrible, like, to each their own, but it's not gonna work for me. I didn't enjoy it. Basically eat your skincare, and that's kind of a trend right now, which I love. SPF is also really important, but there's a lot of toxic SPFs. Like, there's a lot of really bad chemicals in SPF that lead to cancer. So I use this non-toxic one. It's actually made for kids, and it's kind of thick, but it doesn't have a white cast under my makeup, which I like. The sun is great for you at the peak in the morning and then at night when the sun is setting, but midday, that's the type of rays that will break down your collagen and elastin, which leads to sagging skin, which there's nothing wrong with aging at all. I also just think that, like, you do what you can to feel good, you know? Anyways, to get back on track, I do gua sha. I like to do it in the morning before I do my makeup. When you put effort into yourself and you love yourself and you make time for yourself and it's not a rush and you're doing it because you love it, glow and radiate different energy. Gua sha does make me slow down and pay attention to my skin, pay attention to how I'm feeling. Treat yourself like you're the most important thing in your life. Now we're gonna move on to hair care. I have my little slick back in right now, but I did not use hair slick back products. Put a bunch of leave-in conditioner in, a bunch of oil in, and then slick it back. And instead of looking like crusty and a little gross because my hair is greasy, it looks like it's supposed to be greasy. Something else I do is I only wash my hair once or twice a week because all those natural oils are so good for your scalp. When you constantly are washing your hair and then wondering why you're oily, it's because your hair doesn't have time to absorb those natural oils, so it thinks, oh, let me produce more oil. Something else I do for my hair is I don't use a lot of heat on it. I will blast my hair with cold water after I rinse out my conditioner, just so the hair follicles can close. And then when I get out of the shower, I put some leave-in conditioner in because when your hair's wet, it can absorb product better. Then I do some hair oil. When my hair does get a little bit too greasy, but I don't want to wash it yet, I use arrowroot powder. Hate to tell y'all, but spraying that dry shampoo is so bad for your lungs. So I get just like a bag of arrowroot powder, and then I just dip my fingers in, rub it like this, and then I just put some in my scalp. It gives me more volume than any dry shampoo. The only thing is that it's white, so you do have to like really rub it into your scalp if you have dark hair like me, but it's worth it to keep your lungs healthy and happy. It's also not bad for your hair. Dry shampoo is really bad for your hair, and then if you do that all the time and you're like, why is my hair not long? Why is my hair not growing? Because your hair follicle is clogged. It can't grow properly because you put so much stuff in your hair that it can't grow. So give your hair a break. Go to like a little Korean head spa if you can. Get your hair follicles cleaned out and then stop using so much product. I never sleep on wet hair because that causes a yeast buildup, which also can lead to greasy hair. I never brush my hair when it's wet. It breaks your hair off. And then this is for girls that get dandruff. I used to, I don't anymore. I feel like it's just because my hair routine is like better now and my hair is healthier now. But if you do get dandruff or you're really dry, use some glycolic acid. You can also replenish your scalp by doing oil treatments. For hair growth, you can flip your head upside down and massage your head. You can use one of those shampoo scrubbies. That's all I have for hair care. And now we're moving on to the last final bit, which is body care. I don't have a ton of information on this, but the stuff I do have is good. Something I just discovered is that glycolic acid is great for stinky pits. So if deodorant doesn't work for you, get some glycolic acid, put it on a little cotton round or a 4x4, wipe it in your pits after you get out of the shower. It'll keep you fresh all day, and it's non-toxic. And a lot of deodorants are toxic because they put so much random shit in it, and a lot of people don't know one of your biggest lymph nodes is in your armpit. So imagine the thing that's flushing toxins out, you're putting toxins in every single day. You don't need scented stuff if you want to smell good. Something else, stop wearing polyester. I still wear polyester to the gym sometimes because it's hard to find good gym clothes that aren't polyester. Honestly, like, it makes your ass look so fat because it squeezes it, but it's so bad for your body. So now on days when I go sit in the sauna or I know I'm gonna be really sweaty, I make sure that I don't wear polyester just so I'm not like absorbing all the plastic, because polyester is plastic. I would recommend like trying to switch out your closet, slowly getting more cotton, more linen. Side note, I got tubing mascara and I can't tell if I like it or not, but it's better for your lashes, comes off easier, so that's why I switched. And then this kind that I'm using has peptides or something hydrating in it. I have found that a lot of lotions just are not great. Even the ones that are unscented have random chemicals in it. So what I do now is I take a jar of coconut oil, I leave it in my shower. After my whole routine, before you dry off, before you do anything, take the coconut oil, melt it in your hands and rub it all over your body. It's gonna absorb in your skin so good. I don't know why, but lotions to me just leave me feeling hydrated for like 2 minutes, and then I just feel dry and like I put nothing on my skin, and I'm like, what's the point? Because I want to be dewy, I want to be wet. I also coat my dog in coconut oil after I bathe him because it's great for their coats. I understand wanting to smell nice, so instead of having a sprayer that's gonna go in my lungs, I use oils. Now, with all this being said, none of my makeup is non-toxic, so me making this video isn't me saying everything I do is non-toxic, everything I have is healthy. I just do what I can with what I have, and we learn as we go, and I'm trying my best to be healthy, but also live a normal life, and I think everyone's also trying to do the same. So incorporate any of these little tips that you can into your daily routine. That's all I have for you. Makeup is done. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a lovely, awesome day, and I'll be back.